Hello again, this is Nathaniel, and today we're going to take a look at a 1985 Hatteras 52 convertible. It's a Sportfisher, fully rigged, 3 bay tanks, nice lounging area up front if you're not going to use that cradle for a dink, and dual stations. A lot of great features on this boat. Let's go take a look. All right, for this video, let's start at the bow. Sun's getting a little low in the sky, but I think the lighting will be all right. So up front, we've got a Maxwell 2200 up-down windlass, claw anchor. What are we looking at? A Bruce 20 kilograms. All chain rode. Reportedly, these rails were redone by a previous owner. They're a little bigger, a little taller than the original rails, a little stronger too. They're in great shape, nice stainless, good craftsmanship. The bends look nice, all is well. This teacup here is in great condition, look like it's regularly oiled, and it looks good. So one thing that this owner has done is they added these boxes recently, just in July of this year. So these are brand new cushions made down here in Ensenada, and cushions right there on that. So you'll see this is a cradle, and the cradle will hold up to a 14-foot rib, and you can easily remove this cushion and use this crane if you like to put a dinghy there. But when this owner's in port, he likes to have a nice little place to lounge up front, which is fantastic. And you can see on these boxes, the brand new, give you a nice place to keep your random stuff, fishing tackle, whatnot. All right, there is a bait tank up here as well. You can see that there. The owner says everything on this boat works. Here's the other one. We got some nice new stainless hinges, and on the craftsman's recommendation, these boxes are 5200, applied with 5200 to the deck, so you can remove that fairly easily, and you don't have more holes in this deck creating problems in there. All right, let's take a little panorama again. So convertible, so we do have windows facing forward on this vessel. There's your hailer. You look up top, look at this tuna tower. Guess what it's made of? Stainless steel. Yep, a little heavier, but also fantastic. Easily polishable, will last forever. You're not worried about nearly the maintenance that you have to do with the aluminum ones. The outriggers, of course, are aluminum. You've got a couple antennas here for VHF. And we do have sunbrella covers, custom made for these ports, to keep them a little more weatherproof and add a little bit more protection from the elements. So here's the boat, name of the boat, Lobos Del Mar. All right, and look at this. Recently, this boat did have the non-skid repainted in the last couple of years, and it's in great shape. Feels nice on the feet, and looks good in person. We'll get close for you. All right, check out these window frames. Look at this. No bubbling, no corrosion. The paint looks great. These are in good shape. Stainless is nice and polished. Oh, I didn't mention you do have fender holders up there on the bow as well, of course. These windows were recently tinted as well, so you get a little bit more protection. There's a nice looking logo, Hatteras 52. Here, let's look up at these outriggers. This owner is a big fisherman. You're going to see a decent selection of rods once we get inside, and those do not convey with the vessel. All right. Since we're continuing on with the exterior, I'm going to hop down here on the dock so you can see the back of the vessel. Teak swim step, with boarding ladder there if you wanted it down. A couple tuna tubes. This owner said he didn't like how flimsy the swim step was, so he had some additional custom stainless supports added underneath here when he bought the boat. The boat also does have white underwater lights. To attract some fish. All right, so Lobos Del Mar. Let's look all the way up from down here. Very nice. All right. Like I said, she's an 85 model. 85, I guess, was the last year. With this particular design for the windows. So as you look at that from the side, 85 and before had this particular shape and form for the windows. All right, let's hop on board. You'll note we have plenty of rocket launchers, rod holders all around, plenty of that. This nav pod up here is an additional additional fish finder display for the Furuno there. Some speakers out here as well. I believe there's speakers up top, speakers in the cabin. We've got Bose speaker system in the interior here, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Here is another bait tank. We do have an additional engine control here. And of course you have your stainless steel ladder to get up to the fly bridge. And a large bait tank here in the cockpit as well. Down here, now let's continue on. You do have an additional shore power in over here, twin station as we have over there where it's currently plugged in. Those are 50 amp, 240 volt in, and then freshwater in over here as well as wash down. Actually, wait a second. What do we have here? Oh, we have saltwater wash down and freshwater wash down. Dockside water there. Now, under here, those are pool pumps for the bait tank. Back here, just additional storage, and if you take out that bottom panel, you have full access to the steering gear. And over here, additional storage area and access to steering gear. Now, okay, you can see here I've already got the door open so we can go down the engine room, but first off, look in this area, right? There's a sink. Oh, no, not sink. Cutting area. Sink's here on the right, and down below, your tackle box, and then over here, a freezer. All right, let's head up to the fly bridge. All right, these Hatteras have fantastically large, comfortable fly bridges for a 52-foot boat. We've got cushions all around, so plenty of seating area. I'm going to zoom out just a touch. Give you a little pan around. Note the stainless steel tower. All right. Up here, rudder angle indicator. Plenty of storage up here under the bow. This boat does come with a lot of spares. And of course, so you got your Bose speakers here, here, and tons of storage, of course, underneath all of these cushions. Tons of useful storage. Now let's look at the helm. So we have two nice large captain's chairs with armrests, microcontroller, exhaust temp sensor over there as well. Well, let's look at one at a time. All right, so voltmeter, oil pressure, drive oil pressure, water temperature, and then flow scan, so you can see what your current consumption is real time. Same thing over here on the port motor. And then of course, one VHF with AIS. This one's a little bit older. The Horizon Spectrum, I don't think has AIS built in. And then SIMRED multifunction display. It's the NSS12. We'll leave that off for now. And then your Furuno radar as well. Navnet CMAP MT. Multifunction display. Here's FM transceiver. Is it a VHF as well? And then down here, standard Horizon WS150 display. And then you'll note that we have a AP100DL. So that's a Robertson autopilot, and also this ComNav 1100 and 1. Apparently both function. This owner uses the ComNav only, as he only saw the need to use one. Got a little ship's phone down there, and here are your switches and controls for starboard motor and the port motor. Actually, no. Oh, you get the idea. Now, over here, there was some old electronics that the owner took out, but you could easily put in, if you wanted to, one of those newer large flat display, if you wanted to upgrade electronics on this vessel. All right, down below here, you have an electrical panel. And more. All right, on this starboard side, a couple cup holders. And here's your little cubby for your safety stuff. Your kill switches, starboard and port motors. And then, here we go, look up, look up. All right, up top, we have our access for the flybridge. Let's see if I can get up there, or for the tower. All right. Here we are, climbing up on the tower. From here, you can also access it from down here, from outside. But here's your radar, Windex up top. I did see that wind indicator. You don't always have that on these. Looks like radar GPS. And here we go. All the way up top. All right. This is the view down here in Ensenada from up here on the tuna tower. Here, let me pull this off real quick. All right. Up here, so got another multifunction Furuno display, as well as a newer standard Horizon GX 1500 and GX 3000S. Twin VHFs, compass, and then here you get a nice shot of the bow, and yeah, it looks nice with that new upholstery. I like that. Here we go into the engine room. Just 3 steps down. It's not too far. Nice wide companionway. And let's start over here. Well, let's do a little pan real quick. This boat has 2 generators. One Northern Lights, one Onan. The Onan's a 20 kilowatt. And has 3,000 hours on it. Pressure tank for the water system. That there is your hynotic, which is a pressure for your steering system. You just pump it up with a bicycle pump if it gets a little low. There's part of your autopilot, the Robertson one. And this here, the owner recently had this exhaust tube and the other one off the other side taken in and refurbished. Some new hose over here, the silicone over there as well. New mixing elbow. Look at that stainless mixing elbow. Wow. And let's back out of here. All right, I'm on top of, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a water maker. Apparently it functions. It is pickled currently. And then here we go. I'm going to take a look at this. So this is the port motor panel. It shows 63 hours. And that's what it has since the gauges were replaced at approximately 2,800. So we estimate that this boat has reportedly around 3,000 hours on these Detroits. All right, here's the Northern Lights. This is an 8 kilowatt. Let's look over here. Your AC distribution panel. All right, and then your DC panel. Look at these big boys. And there's starting battery for the genset. Note over on the starboard side, the owner did the same things as on the port side. You know, had the exhaust tube reconditioned locally here in Ensenada, and new silicone hose, which I guess when you get to that size is quite pricey. All right. There's your engine room ventilation. And here you'll note that we have 3 cruise airs. 1, 2, 3 units. Once we get inside, talk about how that's set up currently. It's an improvement upon the original. And all right, here we go. Let's get back and take a look at these big Detroits. So, here's the flow scan system. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those before. But you've got multiple filters, flow sensors, as you can see right here. All right, here's the top of that Detroit. Let's see if I can, I don't know if that's better or not. Let's look in the bilge. In 2019, this boat was hauled and a considerable amount of money put into it, with shaft seals and I think a new coupling, well, typically. And then, all right, so you can see, sorry. The PSS shaft seals, they get a little salt on them right now. The owner is really just de-winterizing this boat right now as he prepares it for the season. All right, let's walk back here a little further. Now let's take a look in the bilge. So a lot of Detroits are really well known for leaking oil, and that's okay, right? It's not a big deal, it's just a Detroit thing. These pads are approximately a year old for the season, and they're looking good. This is not a leaky. These aren't leaky old Detroits like you often see, which is great. Nice meticulous owner. There's some new silicone hose as well. There are your heat exchangers on the front. Monsters. Zincs, engine zincs, always changed out regularly. This is a well-kept, well-maintained vessel. Here we have the fuel tank, which is this, the forward one, fiberglass. All right, there's the gauge. Looks operational at what do we read now? Half tank right now. There's your fuel manifold. All right, supply, return, supply, return, forward, aft tanks. Down here, you have fuel priming system for the motors respectively. These motor mounts look good. Everything's nice and painted, not corroded. This boat's been, like I say, well maintained. There's your fuel filters. Let's see what we can see in here on the ray cores. That's hard to see. Let's try a little backlight. These are clean. I don't see water or sediment in those bowls. They do have the pressure meters, pressure gauges on top. Same thing over here on port motor. I do not see sediment in those bowls. That's for the genset, or one of them, and then here for the other genset as well. We're looking good. Here's the shaft seal on the port side. And more big oil filter. All right, so we're looking good. Again, pressure gauges up top. What's this? Oh, this is the microcontrol system. Very nice. Let's see if we can see that. The batteries on this boat are Trojan T875 deep cycle. They're 8 volts, rated at 170 amp hours at 20 hours or 140 amp hours at 5 hours. Nice wet cell Trojans, easily maintained, and I believe there's 8 in this bank, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 4 over here, and then you've got your generator batteries as well back there. So that's what we got there. Entering the salon, your eyes will immediately be drawn to starboard to the 58-inch new flat screen TV with up-down controls. To port, you'll see an ice maker, wet bar, and up top, 24 rod holders, a large couch that folds out to make a queen-size berth. There's a view aft, and on the port side there behind the door is the control panel for AC and DC. We got some new digital voltmeters on there. And then there's the control for the salon AC. Got a couple radios. The generator control with 2110 hours on the 8 kilowatt Northern Lights. Walking forward, to starboard we see the stereo controls. Has a large subwoofer, surround sound, Bose system. And there are zones, of course, for the cockpit and the flybridge as well. Also, we have a tank tender to port. And here is the galley. Panasonic microwave. Full-size refrigerator. Plenty of room for all of your gear. Household size. Good amount of storage in this galley. Here's the 3-burner electric range. Custom stainless steel backsplash just installed, as well as ceramic countertop. Walking into the master's stateroom, you'll see it's in great condition. Mirrors in all the right places. There's the AC control with custom thermostat. Full-size bath. Medicine cabinet behind that mirror. Vacuum flush type head. Walk-in shower stall with door. Recently purchased 42-inch television for the master stateroom. Great master stateroom. There's that galley again. Now moving forward into the guest stateroom, we have 2 single berths, one on top of the other. Some more rod holders. Here's the chain locker with 400 feet of chain, all chain. And then the circuit breaker for the windlass up-down Maxwell. There's the thermostat and control for the AC for the forward stateroom. And here's the head, accessible from the forward stateroom or from the galley. Plenty of storage for all of your needs. A vacuum flush type toilet again. Custom towel rack. And separate shower stall with its own door. The icing on the cake in this already fantastic boat is a stackable washer dryer for all of your laundry needs. A real game changer whether you're living aboard or just heading to Catalina or the Coronados. Thanks for taking a look with me today at this 1985 Hatteras 52 convertible down in Ensenada, Baja California. She's available now. Price to sell. Ready for a new owner. Please give me a call, 619-313-3664 if you want to come take a look at the vessel. Again, my name is Nathaniel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I appreciate the interest.